Hey, how's it going, everyone? And thanks for tuning in. This is your boy, JangoMike. I wanted to take a minute to make a video and talk about the Phenix rock crawler weights. I'm a big fan of the Phenix Lure and Bait Company, and they make this really awesome rock crawler weight that I just use all the time for everything. And a big shout out to my boy Tim. He's the one that introduced me to this specific weight and specific technique. He's a former FLW pro and just a badass fisherman. Also, before I get too far along in this video, let me just drop a couple quick disclaimers. First off, this is not paid product placement. This is me legitimately talking about a piece of fishing gear that I actually use and believe in. I've been using the Phenix rock crawler weights for a while, and it wasn't until recently that I actually found out the owner is based here locally in my hometown. And so just by coincidence, I finally got to meet the guy and kind of talk shop with him. Robert's a really cool dude, a great fisherman, and I really like what they're doing. And likewise, when it comes to my music gear, I would never do a gear review or any kind of demo of something that I don't actually use or actually believe in, because that's just not my style. And finally, if you dig the video, please give it a like, give it a share, and go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you dig the channel. Now let's get back to business. The rig itself can be called, I guess, a split shot rig or a Carolina rig. People have told me both. Honestly, I really don't care about the semantics. When I explain it, I call it a modified split shot, but regardless, it's one of my main go-tos and something that I use all the time, whether it's freshwater, saltwater. Obviously, on my channel, I do a lot of bass fishing, so a lot of bass. Hell, I even use it on trout when I'm up in the mountains, fishing rivers, creeks, streams, or backcountry ponds. It's just one of those things that works well. It's a good go-to. It's a good confidence booster, and I like it. The rock crawler weight itself has a cool design. The website describes it as having a cylindrical body and an angle eyelet up the top. There's no extra moving parts or nothing you have to worry about failing. It's just like a straight up, easy weight to use. Again, with the semantics, it says it can be used as a Carolina rig or pegged with a Texas rig. So, again, however you use it is really all that matters. Stop fish. And it comes in many different sizes and weights. And obviously there's like a trick to the trade when it comes to picking which size and which ones and all that. Just whatever your heart's content, use what you like. I know what I like and I know how I use it. So I'm just going to keep that very general. When you go on Phenix's website, there's like a little image graphic that kind of shows you like the basics of how to rig this specific weight, which is a great place to start. But to be honest, in the end, you're all kind of just going to do it your own way. Even the way I do it has changed and evolved over time. The way I rig it up is very simple. First, I take my main line, and then I run it through the Phenix rock crawler weight. Then I tie on a barrel swivel. Now you can tie that however you like, whatever nut. Personally, I use the Palomar nut. It's really easy and really strong. Now because the barrel swivel has already been tied off on the main line, you're going to have to use a different knot this time to tie the leader. I just use a uni knot because it's easy, but whatever you do, it's your choice. Now this is where it gets tricky, and this is where it gets into preference. You can use however long of a leader you want. I use an obnoxiously long leader. And the reason why is I like to give as much space as possible between the bait itself, the barrel swivel, and the weight. Just because the waters I fish are highly pressured and very clear. So I like to just give that distance so that the fish don't have to think too much about what they're seeing. Check it out, it's fatty. And then, of course, on the end of that leader, you're going to tie your hook. Like before, with the barrel swivel, I'm just going to do a simple Palomar knot because it's easy. So if you look at the way I'm retrieving fish, you can see that essentially the barrel swivel comes right to the rod tip, and my arms are about as extended as it possibly can go when I can reach down to the fish. So that's a huge gap, between the leader and the weight. So kind of going back to the whole debate of, is this a Carolina rig or is this a split shot rig? Like I said, the semantics itself, it doesn't matter to me. It's how it's actually fished. I like to just chuck this thing out as far as possible in an area where I think the fish are going to be crisscrossing or hanging out or whatever. And I just drag it across the bottom nice and slow. The way this weight is designed, it's going to drag off the bottom, vertically, and it's going to bounce and twitch off of every twig, every rock, every stump. It's just going to glide over. And every single time that thing bumps on something, it's going to make my little rubber worm bounce and come alive and swim. And if you ever just get a chance to watch the bait drag across the bottom in front of you and see how the weight interacts with its surroundings and makes the bait dance, it just looks like a baby fish scurrying across the bottom, which totally means like, yeah, a hungry bass is going to eat that thing. Now, I guess before anyone asks, I don't really want to get into which brand of plastics or worms or whatever I use with this weight. It kind of doesn't really matter because we all have our own preferences and all our own little insane reasons why. And just, there are some things, I just don't want to give away everything yet. Maybe if we were fishing together, I'd be more than happy to have a talk about it. But I can't give it all away right now. And like, you know, again, a lot of us have our own preferences anyways. So you know what? We're going to go ahead and skip that part. And honestly, that's pretty much it when it comes to the basics of setting this rig up, how I do it. But, you know, we all have our ways. Some of us fishermen are set in our ways and, you know, do your thing. But I just wanted to kind of give you a quick guide and also to show some of the fans of my channel what exactly I'm doing. Because I do get asked this question a lot, which is, hey, what exactly is this rig? So here you go. Has to be. Feel free to check out Phenix's website where you can order this stuff directly, or they do carry it in various bait shops and companies, you know, online. And feel free to give my channel a check out and subscribe if you dig it. YouTube.com/JangoMike. I do not have any other social media. I'm not a big fan of that stuff, but you can always find my work on the YouTube channel, and you could shoot me an email or whatever. And if you see me out on the water, come say hi. In the meantime, hey, go catch some fish. Take care.